Man v Fat Swansea, Season 5, Matchday 10 with your coach Howell. How are you? I hope you've had a fantastic evening since our event. Tuesday night was amazing. Absolutely amazing. One of the comments that I passed over to the staff group right at the end, I thanked them, and obviously I'm thanking yourselves right now for such a smooth ride. Every single Tuesday is working out to the point where people are weighing in, everybody's considerate of each other, they're going on to it, they're all happy spirits going into it. It's good stories, it's maybe not so good stories coming through, but everybody's there for the community. It's just a lovely vibe. It really is, and it's one of those vibes that certainly makes my week more than anything. It's almost like as if it's my happy place. And it sounds corny, I know, but what it does is that I'm in a position where, because I'm hearing everybody else's stories and I'm sharing stories with yourselves and you're having that conversation, you just walk away from that and you just feel amazing. And that's down to you guys. And the effect the programme is having on you guys is having a positive effect on me as well. So thank you, in a way. Yeah. Bit of a mix this week, actually, because we also had not only our players and our members there, but we also had prospective players who were on the waiting list coming to visit and seeing how things went and ran. And it was an absolute pleasure having the conversations and just going through journeys and seeing what they wanted to do, etc. And one conversation I found was quite interesting with Gavin. He was watching the games and he wanted to know more about things, and I was saying about the roundup, and he went, "Yeah, the roundup's great," he said, when you know what happens. So when you're in it and you know how things work, it's great. When you're not in it, you don't. And I thought, that's really powerful. That's really powerful. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit tonight, and I'm going to explain a few things. So then, if anybody here is listening to it and isn't quite sure on something, but also doesn't quite feel it's right to ask, well, I'm answering. And please don't ever feel like that. If there's anything that you need from me, if there's anything that you want to ask, there's no such thing as a stupid question. I'll give you the answer. And sometimes the answer is going to be quite straightforward. Sometimes the answer will be a bit wiffly waffly because I'm trying to work it out myself at the same time. But I'll always make the effort to give you the answers that you need for the questions that you've got. You might like the answer, you may not, but I'll still try and do that for you. So, let's get started. Okay, so we had 87 attending last night. Still a great number. Not as high as we have had, but still a fantastic attendance level there. And in that attendance, of course, the team attendance bonus goes to the red team. Fantastic. You were up there with top flight and you achieving the threshold of numbers. And you also received the team loss bonus goal. So there's 2 goals for that, of course, because of the fact that you smashed that and you've also had the highest amount of loss. Tracking. Let's have a little talk about tracking. So then if you're not sure what we're talking about tracking, it's pretty much where you are taking account of the food that you're eating throughout the week. So all your nutritional values and all this, you're putting it into a diary or a notepad, or you're using a specific app. There's so many out there. A lot of people use the same app. Some people use different apps. Either way, as long as you're being accountable for yourself, that's the important bit. Benefits of it: 1, you're going to have the point where you're going to work out exactly what you're doing each week. So then when you're having a great week, you can see what you're doing for those great weeks. When you're having a bad week, you can look back at those great weeks to see exactly what you did as a difference maker. What it also does is, say for instance you're looking for alternatives, you're looking for something different. You don't want a Mars bar or a Cornetto ice cream or something like that. You want something different. It gives you an opportunity to scan a few things in that you think to yourself might be a good alternative, and you can see the nutritional value on it. You can see how good these are, instead of you looking on something and going, oh, I thought this was supposed to be healthy, and realising that it is absolutely hammered in sugar, or it's so calorific that really what you're doing is you're eating quarter of your daily allowance in one snack. These things all help. And this is why we're saying that realistically, when it comes to the tracking point of it, we award goals for it as a team collective. It's more of an incentive for you to do it. But realistically, the tracking's there for you. It's there for your own accountability, and it's there for you. Every person who has have a successful story within Man v Fat Swansea has always said how important it is to track your food. Without a doubt. I'm one of those people. I showed pictures of myself before and after. Many of you see them on Facebook. If you haven't, have a little check on it. Go onto the Man v Fat website. You can see it. You can see on the Facebook page. You can see it there. I use it as a marketing point, but you can see the differences within a year there, and you can see that is down to moving more. It's about watching what I was eating, but it was also tracking and realising and getting to know my own body to realise what reacts to me. And I know what reacts to me, so then that's what I stay away from when it comes to the certain points. If I think to myself, I really fancy this, and I'm not weighing for a considerable amount of time, well, I can enjoy. But at the same point, if I'm thinking I really want a good result on the weighing point, I'm not going to eat that the night before. That's just sensible. So then you can see how your body works, what exactly it's doing for you. Yeah, that turned into a proper lecture there. Sorry, guys. Season 5% is leader, Adam Martin. Congratulations, mate. You still got that in there. There are a couple of contenders right down your heels, but you are riding high with that right now, mate. I'm so impressed with how you've just flicked that switch and you are going for it. It's amazing. I am so proud. I can't express that much. I can't express that any more than I'm doing right now. Pitch goals at 56, scales goals at 86. You can see exactly how much of a weighting that the scales and goals are giving to the outcome of these games as well. It's massive, guys. And really, you can see that, you could do amazingly on the pitch, but the scales is really doing it for you. And of course, then our coach's bonus scores of 32. That implies then, of course, with the amount of tracker goals, the team loss goals, the attendance goals, plus the Rumble, exactly where we are standing right now. Right, let's move on. So we'll go from left to right, as we usually do. I think I mixed it up last week a little bit, but we'll go back to it as it is right now. So the weekly team loss. So Fat Astuta, 2.3 kilos. Incredible Bulks, 1.4. Sport the Big at 7.4. Mark Van Fasting, the Flying Dutchman, are hitting a maintain there, guys, up there. Scranra, you're up there as well, 5.6 kilo loss. Vinder Blues, 1.6, Pink Panthers 1.2, Fatio with 2.4, but taking this week's points, of course, is Thinner to win it with 7.7 kilo loss. Amazing. Bringing our weekly club loss to 27.7 kilos. That has also brought our total club loss for this season to 352.8 kilos. I couldn't think of that word. I couldn't think of that number for a minute there. Maybe an idea for when I put my glasses on, but that's an amazing figure. We've got another 4 weeks to go. Now, if we do another 4 weeks at 27 kilos, that's not going to take us that far off. 450 kilos, 460 kilos. We're close to half ton. We're close to 1,000 kilograms. Sorry, close to 500 kilograms. I'm having a mare. But we carry on. We carry on with it. We are close to that mark there, 500 kilos. Are we going to hit it this season? Who knows? But guys, we have made some fantastic progress already. 352.8 kilograms there. Amazing. Our top biggest losers contributed to that, of course. Daniel Davis in 5th place at 1.9 kilos. Kyle Bamford, 2 kilos. Adam Martin at 2.2. Kieran Miller, 2.7. And, of course, Scott Jones there, smashing out a 2.8 kilogram loss. Amazing. Into the milestone clubs, of course. Chris Mabe there, hitting his 5%. Absolutely tremendous. And Daniel Davis then hitting his 10%, hitting 2 milestones this season already, going for it, absolutely gunning for it. And, you know, guys, couldn't be prouder at all. It's really, really turning into one hell of a season. And this is how the results went. So, the first game, of course, was the pitch between Thinner to Win It and Scranrath. 4-all on the pitch, guys. And then the scales says it all. So, it's 6-11 to Scranrath. So, then on the scales value, you'd think, hey, they've got this. That's really, you know, they've got this. They're up there. Then, of course, tracking, we had then 3-all. Okay, it's still Scranrath. Bonus goals. That's the kicker there now, guys. The bonus goals have done it. The consistency of the rumble, the attendance, the volume of weight loss has kicked it into a point where the overall score was 21-20, Thinner to Win It. Heartbreaking for Scranrath, but nevertheless it shows exactly how close and competitive of a game that was, especially for the first game of the night as well. It really set the tone for the night. Kyle Bamford, Corey Davis, congratulations, you were marked as the opponent man of the match. Well done. Sporting Beergut, Factus Tutor, of course, it was 6-5 on the pitch to Sporting Beergut. 8-4 on the scales, Sporting Beergut. 3 goals to 2, tracking-wise, to Sporting Beergut, and 5-0 on the bonus. You can see that scales had definitely tipped in Sporting Beergut's favour. 22-11 was the overall, with David Mabe and Mousey taking the opponent's man of the match for Sporting Beergut, and of course, Factus Tutor having... Sporting Beergut voting Dan Clarkson of Factus Tutor as their man of the match. Congratulations, guys. Fazio against French Dutchmen. So it's 4 goals to 16 to the French Dutchmen. You can see that. Oh, that's a considerable score on the pitch. But then, of course, you got the scales point there then, which was 3 goals to 8 to the French Dutchmen. So you can see that they really grafted on the scales as well at that point. Tracking-wise, of course, we had 2 goals to 3 tracking then to the French Dutchmen, and of course 0 bonus points to 5 to the French Dutchmen there. French Dutchmen voted Shaky and Spencer Ripley as Fazio's men of the match, and of course Fazio voted Nick Davis as French Dutchmen's man of the match there for his performance on the pitch. Well done there. Next game, of course, was Marco Banfastin against the Vinder Blues. 9-2 on the pitch. And this, again, you can see how close the scales bring it. Okay, so the scales score then, of course, was 4 goals to 8 to Vinder Blues. From that point there, you're thinking, wow, okay, that's 10 goals at that point. And the tracking and the bonus were equal there, but at the same point then you can see that it's been pulled back with the performance on the pitch by Marco Banfastin, giving an overall of 19 to 16. There are 3 goals in it, guys. Vinny and AFD, you were voted as Marco Banfastin's men of the match as well, with John Cottam, the running man for the Vinder Blues, being voted as their man of the match. Congratulations there. And then the final game, the game where you could see that everything was being left on the pitch as well. So the pitch score is 4-2. Scales, 3-3. Tracking, 3-3. Bonus, 3-3. Overall was 13-11. You could see that this game was neck and neck all the way through. And of course, it was pipped then by the incredible Bulks with their win at that point. Rhys Roberts and Phil Davis, you were voted as men of the match for the opposition team. Congratulations. And moving on. The table has not moved, believe it or not. The scores have changed, but the positions have stayed exactly the same. So we've still got Frying Dutchman on the top. Thinner to Win It at second place. Sporting Beergut, Marco Banfastin, Incredible Bulks, Pink Panthers, Vinder Blues, Factus Tutor, Scranrath, and then Fazio on the bottom there. And you can see that it's very close mid-table, but it's also getting close between 4th, 3rd, 2nd. Guys, there's a game in it, and that will all change around. Bonkers. And then, of course, our team of the week. Callum and Kieran for the Frying Dutchmen there, you both losing a kilo. Congratulations, guys. Jamie Lewis then for Marco Banfastin. 0.7 kilos there, loss. Brilliant. And then, of course, Daniel Davis with his 10%. Kieran Miller, 2.7 kilos. Adam Davis, 1.2 kilos. David Evans, a kilo. Loss there. Kyle Bamford, Mr. Consistent, going for it all the way. Clipping at Adam Martin's heels there, of course. But you've come in with a 2 kilo loss this week. Chris Mabe on his 5%, congratulations. Scott Jones, 2.8 kilo loss. And of course, Adam Martin, our percentage leader right now, staying Mr. Consistent himself as well this season at 2.2 kilo loss. Congratulations to you all. Thoroughly deserve it. And this takes us to the Rumble, talking about consistency. Now, to explain more about the Rumble for the men who are watching this right now, or the people who are watching this right now, 118 members have gone into the figurative ring that we have. The name of the game, realistically, is to stay consistent with your weight loss. Not do the whole thing of you losing a massive amount of weight one week and then putting it all back on the week after because you've just pushed yourself so much that you can't stay sustainable. This is all about the little wins. It's about the chipping away, and it's about doing the same thing each week and getting that rhythm in place. So then you know that it'd be much better for you to lose maybe half a kilo every week. And then all of a sudden then, by the end of the season, you lost half a stone. Isn't that better than going to a point of losing 3 kilos one week, putting another 2 kilos on another, then putting another 2 kilos on because you're kicking yourself because you put 2 kilos on the week before? There's no pattern. There's nothing there that can help you. So then this is why the Rumbles come through. We could see that the big losses were being achieved, but also the big gains were coming in as well. So this is what was born. Last season, of course, the football was really taken seriously. So this season, I went, you know what? The Rumble is going to do it. The Rumble is going to be the one that's going to knock the pitch out of the park. So I put into this that every single person who remains in the Rumble keeps giving a goal to their team each week. This has turned out to be a massive situation where realistically teams are getting turned over because of it. And it is being revised, and it's going to be revised significantly next season. However, we are running with it this season. One thing I said right at the very start, which I won't lie, I regret because it's going to turn everything on its head on the last point. When we have the final week going out, whoever is left in that final week will contribute 7 goals to their team. That means that if you've got 3 people in your team who are still in the Rumble on the final week and they've lost weight, you will have 21 goals before going on the pitch. Yeah. that there is something which, in my eyes, I thought to myself, you know what, this is going to make it so much more important, the weight loss more important than the football. This is what we need, this is what we're going to do. But in actual fact, I think there's an element of counteractivity there as well, which, yeah, I can understand. But at the same point, what it is creating are extremely determined individuals who want to succeed. And do you know what? I'm proud of that. I'm extremely proud of that. And if anybody turned around to me and said otherwise, I'd think to myself, do you know what? I'm proud of the fact that these guys are using a function that we've come up with in Man v Fat Swansea and applying that to keep their determination high. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And I cannot explain why we're going through there. Right, finishing off that spiel there. We've got 25 remaining, which means that 93 people have been eliminated from the Rumble. We're coming closer and closer to it. And this is how we're going to see it now. I can see that that's going to get down to, I think we're going to have about between 10 and 15 left coming into the last week. That's my prediction there. You've heard it on recording. We shall see. Right, okay. The last slide, guys. These are the fixtures for next week. They're already up on the website. They're already there, ready to go, and you can see it there, but I've put them here for you to see. So then 7 o'clock, we've got Vinder Blues and Sportner Biergut. Following that then, we've got the Flying Dutchman against the Incredible Bulks. We've got the Pink Panthers against Marco Ban Fasting at 8 o'clock. Scranra against FC Fazio at half past 8. And of course, Fattistuta against Thinner to Win It at 9 o'clock. Many thanks to yourselves for your dedication in making this program work, guys. Because without you, of course, I would not have anything to talk about. I'd certainly not have anything to report. And I certainly wouldn't have much to be proud of. when it comes to Man v Fat. Many thanks to the PFs, Shahi, Chizzy, Kyle. Without you guys, it's going to be it's swimmingly easy with you guys helping me on a it's almost a day-to-day basis now, not only a week-to-week. And of course, thank you for our fine establishment, Pure Football. Everything that we've got going on right now, the community that we've got, the sense of belonging, the pride that we've got. One thing is obvious there, is that the place that we're doing this, the establishment that we're doing this, makes it easier for us to feel that pride. The place is purpose-built. It is perfect for what we're doing, and it's an amazing conduit, and it's an amazing place for you to stay social, get to know people, get into it. And let's face it, as grown adult men, it's pretty hard to make friends. And if we've got one place there that we can all just remain in a community and feel valued and welcome, it's doing much more than what it's saying on the tin. And we know that. Thank you so much for you all for listening. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget, if there's anything you need, please send us a message. Send me a message. Send the PFs a message. Send it through. I'm throwing paper around the place now because I'm getting so excited about this. Send us a message. Make sure that you know, if there's anything we can do to help, we will. And that is there. That's there in stone there. If there's something I can do to help, I always will. I know Kyle, Chizzy and Shahi feel exactly the same way. Again, thank you very much. Brilliant roundup. But of course, it's you that's made this. Congratulations, guys. You deserve it.